Introduction to Aircraft Stability and Control. In this lecture, I would like to bring out the basic understanding and basic definitions that we commonly use in the entire course of aircraft stability and control. What we mean by aircraft stability and control is about how well an aeroplane flies and how easily it can be controlled. An aeroplane must have sufficient stability that the pilot does not become fatigued by constantly having to control aeroplane owing to external disturbances. So we'll try to get into the actual meaning of stability. Stability is property of an equilibrium state. If an aeroplane is to remain in the steady uniform flight, the resultant force as well as the resultant moment about center of gravity must both be equal to zero. An aeroplane satisfying this condition is said to be in state of equilibrium or flying at a trimmed condition. In the flight dynamics language, state of equilibrium is also termed as trim condition. On the other hand, if the forces and moments do not sum to zero, the aeroplane will be subjected to translational and rotational accelerations. Before we actually get into the details of stability and its types, since we have already said stability is property of equilibrium state, let us try to have some brief understanding on what is equilibrium. Equilibrium means a body is in equilibrium when it is at rest or in uniform motion. We actually need to understand equilibrium does not mean only when body is at rest. Equilibrium can also be applicable to the when bodies are in motion also. Most familiar example is only when bodies are at rest. So in the flight dynamics, or as far as this subject is considered, we speak about equilibrium condition and types of equilibrium when the object is in motion. In this course, our object is a flying aircraft. Various forms of equilibrium are shown in this figure. There are three types basically. One is stable equilibrium, second one is unstable equilibrium, third one is neutral equilibrium. When you come to stable equilibrium, the ball that is placed in this particular surface, if it is displaced from its equilibrium point, it eventually returns towards equilibrium point and it might move away from equilibrium point and it again tries to return back to equilibrium point, and henceforth it keeps moving via equilibrium point. This kind of tendency is observed in any kind of body or a surface, then that object along with the surface is said to be in stable equilibrium. The second one is unstable equilibrium. For this body also, or for this kind of surface also, this particular equilibrium point is unstable, because as this ball from this equilibrium point is displaced, then it will roll off and it will never return to its equilibrium point. Under such conditions, this particular surface along with that ball is termed as unstable equilibrium. The third one is neutral equilibrium. When you consider this flat surface, initially this is the equilibrium point. When you displace this ball on this surface, it will move away from equilibrium point and it stays there, assumes the new equilibrium point, and such state is called as neutral equilibrium state. How we can connect these three forms of equilibrium actually to the when aircraft is in motion? When you look at these diagrams, this diagram is representing various forms of equilibrium of an aircraft when it is flying at steady level mode. Let us consider aeroplane is steady level mode means it is flying at a particular altitude at a particular angle of attack, and weight is compensated by the lift produced by the aircraft, and drag is compensated by the thrust that aircraft engine is producing. Under such conditions, this aircraft is considered to be under steady level mode. When you take up and connect the first diagram, which is stable equilibrium of the aircraft, here suppose if this aircraft encounters any atmospheric disturbances in the form of wind gust, let us imagine, suppose if the angle of attack is increased by the external wind gust, if the aeroplane has inbuilt design such that it is able to bring back its original angle of attack by producing nose down pitching moment. If that behavior is exhibited by any aircraft, then that aircraft is in stable equilibrium. The second case, if the aircraft undergoes the wind gust, but it never tries to assume original angle of attack, it keeps on moving away from original angle of attack, producing nose up pitching moment, then this aircraft is said to be in unstable equilibrium. The third case is neutrally stable equilibrium, means if aircraft's angle of attack is disturbed, but it assumes a new angle of attack, there it stays in steady level mode. The important point in this example is that if you are to have a stable equilibrium, the vehicle, here the vehicle is flight, must develop a restoring force or moment which tends to bring the vehicle back to the equilibrium condition. That is the important point. Aircraft stability is generally divided into two types. One is static stability, the other one is dynamic stability. Let us try to understand the difference between static stability and dynamic stability. Static stability means if the forces and moments on the body caused by a disturbance tend initially to return the body towards its equilibrium position, the body is said to be statically stable. That means if a body is disturbed from its equilibrium point, if it tends to return to equilibrium point and moves away from equilibrium point, again returns back to equilibrium point, this kind of tendency of moving towards equilibrium position, then we can claim that aircraft or the body is statically stable. Dynamic stability means if a body is dynamically stable, if out of its own accord, it eventually returns to and remains at its equilibrium position over a period of time. That means if body is, the aircraft is disturbed from its equilibrium position or equilibrium point, it finally attains the equilibrium point over a period of time. If the tendency is observed, then aircraft or the body is said to be in dynamic stability mode. So static stability means it should have only a tendency to move towards equilibrium point once it has been disturbed from its equilibrium point. Dynamic stability means it is now clearly understood if a body is dynamically stable, that means first of all it has to be in the static stability mode, and finally assuming the equilibrium position over a period of time is the criteria in the dynamic stability, not just the tendency. The same note is clearly mentioned here. Note that the vehicle is flight, can be statically stable but dynamically unstable. Static stability therefore does not guarantee the existence of dynamic stability. However, if the vehicle is dynamically stable, it must be statically stable. These 2 points you need to keep in mind. Next, let's have a look at of aircraft components and access system. This is the common terminology that is used in aircraft stability and control subject. Common parts are the wings, ailerons, rudder, elevator. Elevators are attached to horizontal stabilizer. These common aircraft components are known to us. When you look at the diagram, it's by now we are all very much familiar with the common basic aircraft components. So ailerons are attached to the wings, elevators are attached to the horizontal stabilizer, rudder is attached to the vertical stabilizer. Let us look at the functionality of every control surface of the aircraft. Here, the axis system of aircraft, if you look at the axis passing through the fuselage is called longitudinal axis, and the moment about the longitudinal axis is roll. Axis passing across the wingspan is called as lateral axis, and moment about lateral axis is pitching moment. Axis which is passing normal to the xy plane is normal axis. The moment about the normal axis, yaw. In this, there are three basic controls on an airplane. They are ailerons, elevators, rudder, which are designed to change and control the moments about x, y, z axis. X axis is the longitudinal axis, y axis is the lateral axis, and the normal axis is the z axis. Ailerons are mounted at the trailing edge of the wing near the wingtips. Elevators are located on the horizontal stabilizer. In some modern aircrafts, the complete horizontal stabilizer is rotated instead of just the elevator. The rudder is located on the vertical stabilizer at the trailing edge. Now, I want to introduce some important terminology that is also in usage with regard to aircraft control surfaces. That is, rolling is also called lateral motion. The ailerons control roll, hence they are known as lateral controls. Pitching is also called longitudinal motion. The elevators control pitch, hence they are known as longitudinal controls. Yawing is also called directional motion. The rudder controls yaw, hence it is known as the directional control. So this terminology is very important in understanding the types of stability and connected moments. When you look at the above three statements, let me read out these three statements now. And these three statements are again represented in a schematic format in the coming slide. One aileron is deflected up, the other one down, creating a differential lifting force on the wings, thus contributing to the rolling moment. The elevators are deflected upward, creating a negative lift at the tail, thus contributing to the pitching moment. The rudder is deflected to the right, creating leftward aerodynamic force on the tail, thus contributing to the yawing moment. This diagram shows effect of deflections of various controls. Looking at this image, ailerons are deflected and the associated roll is also represented. In this, what I want you to remember is aeroplane rolls towards the wing on which aileron is deflected upwards. This diagram represents if elevators are deflected upwards, aeroplane experiences upward pitching moment or nose up moment. If the rudder is deflected towards right, then aeroplane changes its direction towards right. The aerodynamic reason of these associated moments when the control surfaces are deflected, I would like to explain them in detail at the appropriate location in the forthcoming lectures. So, to summarize the complete lecture, I just brought out this particular flow chart. Aircraft stability is grossly divided into two types, static stability and dynamic stability. Static stability is again subclassified into longitudinal static stability, lateral and directional static stability. In this, lateral and directional static stability both are kept in one column because lateral and directional motions are coupled together. Why they are coupled together and what is the important point we need to know, we will explain them in detail in the coming lectures. Dynamic stability is also subclassified as longitudinal dynamic stability and lateral and directional dynamic stability. Coming to this table gives you some important understanding on various types of stability. Longitudinal stability deals with pitching motion. Pitching motion is about lateral axis, which is the axis passing across the wingspan. Lateral stability deals with rolling moment. Roll is about longitudinal axis. Longitudinal axis is axis passing through fuselage of the aircraft. Direction stability deals with yaw. It is the moment about normal axis.